It's Monique, the intuitive business analyst. I hope that you're doing well and you're having a great day. I wanted to talk about fear of public humiliation. I have a lot of clients that are in the media or get interviewed by the media, and they have really intense platforms that they're dealing with, or I'll just say really intense platforms that they're dealing with for sure. And I had this one client who had a brother who was wanted by the CIA in the 80s. And I won't go into too much detail. But he was also, the good brother, who was my client, was dealing with a really large platform, dealing with a family business, condos and hotels, and he was part of a board, and really dealing on an international level. And he accidentally got linked to the Mitt Romney campaign, saying that he was the brother that was part of this money that they were saying that Mitt Romney had gotten from. Anyway, I'm kind of skimming the surface here. I don't want to go into too much detail. And so when you're in the public eye, or when you're creating something that is going to be in the public eye, so to speak, and that fear of humiliation, public humiliation or ridicule, can really be huge. And let's say you're in the eye of the storm and it's already happening. And how do you stay focused? How do you stay focused no matter what is going on around you, no matter what's being thrown at you, what's happening to you? How do you keep moving forward and not let that storm, that media storm, catch you off guard or throw you off track? I mean, we're really seeing that right now with the presidential election. And the main thing is always to have something you're so excited about, that you're so thrilled to be a part of, that you always keep your eye on that larger ball, so to speak. You're always having a larger circumstance. I wanted to say circus, to be a part of. And I mean circus in a really good way, a fun way. And that you know why you're doing what it is that you want to do. Why are you wanting to create this new reality in spite of all the backlash or fear of public humiliation of what that new reality may bring, or maybe a reality that's from your past that may come up, or maybe people who are in your immediate family or in your circle that may ridicule you because you've created this new reality and they don't understand it and they never knew that you had these interests. So how do you keep staying forward focused? That's a good way to put it. How do you keep staying forward focused no matter what's going on? And the idea for that is to really know your whys. Why do you want to do what it is that you say it is that you want to do? Why is it so important? What is it about it? And to really get into the seam of the ball about it. I had this lady, Joanne Kalikaya, many years ago. She told me that she could teach me how to play tennis within 30 minutes. And I said, you don't understand. I am not a tennis player. I am a soccer player. That's just never been my thing. She says, trust me on this. So I met her at the court, 7 a.m. one day, and she said, she had me catch the ball. She said, which hand do you usually use to catch the ball? And I said, my right. She goes, okay, I'm going to throw the ball to you. I want you to catch it. And I said, okay. And I caught it, right, with my right hand. And then she says, now I want you to catch it with your left hand. And I said, okay. So she throws it, and I catch it with my left hand. And she says, okay, I'm going to throw it to you again. And now I want you to count the revolutions that it takes from me to you, and catch it with your left hand also. And I said, okay, fine. So I'm focused, and I'm watching the ball, and I'm watching the revolutions, and I miss it. And she goes, this time focus on the seam of the ball. And I said, all right. So I'm focusing on the seam of the tennis ball, and she throws it, and I'm like, 1.5. And I catch it with my left hand. And so we back up and we do it again, and she had me count the revolutions. And then eventually she goes to the other side of the court. She says, now I want you to count the revolutions, that I'm going to hit the ball and count it, how much, what the revolutions are from me to you. And I said, all right. So I did, and I'm just focused, and I miss it. She goes, but this time I want you to count every time the ball bounces, call bounce, and when either you or I hit it, call hit. I said, all right. So I'm focused on the seam of this ball, and I'm focusing in, right? I'm watching, and I can't even see the seam of the ball at this point, so far over there. But I can call bounce hit. So she bounces the ball, and I say bounce, and then she hits it, and I say hit, and I'm focused on the seam of the ball, and it's coming towards me, and it bounces, and then sorry, I had a call coming in, and we go back and forth, and I'm calling bounce hit, right? So, before you know it, long story short, I'm like hitting this ball. And she said to me later on, she says, Monique, what happens is you give your subconscious mind something to do. Your conscious mind something to do by calling bounce hit. And that allows the subconscious mind to step in that already knows how to play tennis. And it allows you to play tennis. So that's like life. When you've got something going on and there's a big distraction, you give your conscious mind something to do by getting into the whys. Why do you want to create what it is that you want to create? And then you continually move forward, because your subconscious mind knows how to do things, but you got to give the conscious mind something to do, because the conscious mind is going to be the mind that's going to want you to stay safe and want you to play it safe. So as far as going back to public humiliation or a fear of it, even, putting something new, even if you're just creating just a painting or just anything and wanting to show it to people and you're afraid to, you stay into the seam of the ball, if you will. Why do you want to show it? Why do you want to share it with the world? What is it about it? And get into the seam of the ball, give the conscious mind something to do, and move forward. And that's what I did with my client, who was dealing with this major fallout from his brother, who was just a really, 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 really bad guy, trust me. And it ended up being in the Huffington Post. It was a really bad situation, and they were linking my client to this person, and my client had nothing to do with any of this stuff. So, and we just stayed focused on the seam of the ball and what he was creating and the larger platform, and gave that conscious mind something to do, and the subconscious stepped in, which I really believe is linked to your soul. So have a super fantastic day. Thank you for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.